Did I actually want to review this? Not really. Did I still have something to say about it? Yes. Look at this album cover. What do you see? Nothing? Exactly what I salvaged from it. That remark was definitely low-hanging fruit, but what here isn't? I'm hearing subpar pop fusions and half-baked synthwave songs. I don't even mind that it's not the industrial techno that I loved on Aleph. It's not hard to understand that it's been a few years, and Sappho's moving into the big leagues, producing for the WEEKND's hedonistic heartbreak, and then some. I don't really know where to start here. There's a lot that I could do the stank face at. Maybe I could get the good stuff out of the way. The 8th track. This is the only good track. Vortex is deep and layered. Each worried whistle sounds like an alarm that is sirening to warn you of what is soon to come, and it even sounds a bit like it's the soundtrack for the high stakes moment in a science fiction film. There are more tracks like these, and they're usually the ones that don't have forced guest features on them for crossover pop appeal. I just think it's a shame that pointing this out is a needed task, and detailing what significant things this album manages to do, because even that seems more like average synthwave. In times when Gesaffelstein tries something actually challenging, right from the start, the title track hammers you with staccato synths, and it's pretty cool at first. It's rapid, it gets you on edge. The only problem is that the melody it follows sounds like it was composed accidentally in Sibelius by dragging 16th notes down the entirety of the bar like the end of Windows Solitaire. It's a bit all over the place and doesn't really follow any specific progression. The 10-minute closer on this album is piss poor, slow, droning on with flimsy church organ notes and a wannabe epic post-apocalyptic atmosphere that holds itself about as well as a glass of rosé in the middle of the Luna Park rotor. It weeps and squeals and longs for better times, which seems like a metaphor for something. Elsewhere, I feel the need to unpack some of these collaborative songs because they're not shining moments either. Gesaffalo Staples' production on a lot of them is comparatively thin compared to the thick-walled pounding goodies that pervaded the rest of his previous catalogue. I doubt that there was a budget cut considering that Pharrell was able to be involved, so instead I'm just going to say that this instrumental palette just isn't working out. There's a good chance that you might have heard about the awful lyrics on Lost in the Fire. We know The Weeknd is a bit of an imperfect narrator, one who we always take as a bit of a rubbish person to be around, unless your name is Frosty the Snowman. That said, I still can't excuse all shitty lyrics for the sake of character. There's a point where telling a lesbian that you want to go down on them so hard that you make them straight is actually just a really terrible thing to do. The Weeknd is never really somebody that you should apologize on behalf of, but sometimes I just stare at the guy and think, really? Have a little more respect. Pharrell's vocal harmonies are the high point of the vaguely funky blast off. Unfortunately, the rest of his performance seems to trail on awkwardly, and leaves you finding it difficult to stick to even his one-note melody consistently, as if he's running out of breath. Do you like Haim? I like Haim. If you don't know who they are, I wouldn't recommend having this be your first exposure to them. I don't think that they were given that much to work with anyways. I assume that this is what fans of Electric Youth would say in regards to Forever. This album is the musical equivalent to medium rare chicken. 2 out of 10.